Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to discuss the recent announcement that Meghan is not going to go to the coronation and it's just going to be Harry while Meghan stays at home with the kids. Now, her spokesperson gave the excuse that, it's to stay at home with the kids and it's because of Archie's birthday. But they had no problem coming to the UK and celebrating Lilibet's birthday, allegedly, in the UK. So I don't really see, why a 4-year-old's birthday is the only thing they can come up with as to why she's not going. Yeah, and there's a lot of speculation. Perhaps it's because their demands were not met. There was reports about them wanting to be on the balcony, even wanting Archie to have a bit of a role, especially because it was his birthday. So I don't know how true that is, but there were some reports of that nature. And, some people are seeing it as empowering. We've got Shola saying that it's very empowering that she's not going. It's her taking a stand. And, we have all been saying that if they go, it's very hypocritical because they have bashed the royal family, dragged them through the mud, saying that they were mistreated and, all of that kind of thing, to the point where they allegedly wanted an apology from the royal family, even though they are the aggressors, in my opinion, with the whole cut interview, the spare, receiving awards, congratulating them for escaping a racist institution, that kind of thing. So they are the aggressors, yet they're the ones who want an apology. Just a sense of entitlement is pretty insane to me. So yeah, let's see. Did Lady C reveal the real reason why Meghan isn't going? Let's take a look.
Lady C, what a relief. What a relief. The UK is waning in importance for Meghan, so can she maybe just stay away for good? And isn't that a win-win situation?
Well, wouldn't we be so lucky? My understanding is from people who I've been speaking to in America is that she has been advised that she had better not come here because it is affecting her brand, because her unpopularity is so acute that every time, when she showed up for the Jubilee and she showed up for the funeral and she was booed, her advisors have advised her that she had better not show up because her brand is going to be affected detrimentally in America.
Yeah, I could see that being the case because this is an historical event. So any booing that takes place is going to be on record forever. You're always going to be known as the person who was booed at the coronation. And that would basically kill her brand. And not to mention the hypocrisy that will be evident if she was to attend and lap up all the attention. She would definitely be seen as a hypocrite, even more than they are already seen as hypocrites. And let's remember the fact that they took so long to RSVP just to say that they're coming to this event. For people who care so much about security, for them to take so long to RSVP lets you know that they want the limelight, they want the attention, they want people talking about them, because it made no sense why it took so long. And not to mention the fact that it's just so rude, very unclassy to take so long to RSVP. They wanted the speculation, they wanted the attention. And it does make me believe that there was some truth to the list of demands that they allegedly made. The balcony, there was some speculation about whether Meghan would have to bow or curtsy to Catherine and the other more senior royals and how that would have gone down. So it wouldn't surprise me if that was also a factor. The whole speculation about whether she's going to wear a tiara, how much of a role she's going to have in everything. Is that why you didn't RSVP? Because there were negotiations going on behind the scenes. You were making a list of demands. You wanted this. You wanted this sort of recognition, this sort of role. You wanted this tiara. Is that why they took so long to RSVP?
So I think they're trying to put as much distance between her and the fact that she is so unpopular. And it's really all about dollars and cents. And evidently that's why they took so long to decide that she wouldn't come, because she was still hoping against hope that she could come and parade herself.
I think it was so obvious that this would have been something they would have used to elevate themselves once again. This is an historical event. You would have been in the history books. You would have been in the photos, the historical photos. So again, for her to miss this, it does make me wonder, is it because she's been advised, like Lady C is saying? Is it because of the potential to be booed, the fact that she wouldn't be welcomed? Is that the real reason? Harry has to go because he is the second son to the King of England. So for him not to go, it would have been huge. So I believe he really has to go. He doesn't have a choice in the matter. And for him to turn the invitation down, that would have been him missing an historical event that is part of his life, is part of his heritage. So I understand why he is going. And, I would have expected Meghan to go as well. But the booing, the potential for booing, the embarrassment to be booed on that occasion, perhaps would have been too much for her. Or for once, maybe she is listening to advice.
Good point. Now, look, royal insiders, unbelievably, grown increasingly hopeful of a reconciliation between Charles and Harry. So the Daily Telegraph's royal editor, Victoria Ward, suggested that Harry may have even personally spoken with Charles in recent weeks. However, the relationship with William still incredibly strained. So, Phil, do you sense there being a potential thawing at all?
I'm sure. Good evening, Dan. I'm sure that Charles would like a reconciliation, but I don't think the coronation week is the week it's going to happen. I mean, I think he's going to be incredibly busy. He's got receptions. He's got the coronation itself. And I just don't think he's going to have the time. And as for William, I don't think he's in the mood yet to talk to his brother. I think that's several years away, if ever. I mean, that relationship is absolutely damaged, a hole beneath the waterline, and I think it's in real trouble, and I just cannot see it happening. I mean, he's only going to be over here possibly for 2 or 3 days. I mean, he's got another court case against the Mirror, I think, on May the 9th. So whether he's going to hang around for that, I don't know. But of course, after the coronation, they're not going to have a home anymore, are they? So he's not going to want to spend a lot of time over here. So sadly, I don't think anything is going to happen in this week, but in the future, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, once you come for somebody's wife, somebody's children even, because you mentioned William's children in the book too, it's over. Because William's priority is his wife and his children, not some petulant toddler who wrote a book just to embarrass you. So yeah, I don't really see that relationship being mended anytime soon. But Charles is still a father, no matter what. So I can see him at least wanting to get through to Harry on some level.
Now, Lady C, meddling Meg has morphed into mysterious Meg in recent months, with the previously public princess not attending a single official event for months. She shied away from joining Harry on all of his endless media rounds promoting Spare, happy to abandon him to face the music alone at the coronation. So do you think Meghan is still the supportive wife, Lady C, that she always claims to be?
Do you think the sun rises in the west and sets in the east, Dan? No, Meghan is very clever. She's made sure that Harry has gone out there and made a complete jackass of himself, and that he has irretrievably damaged himself. So in the event of a separation or a divorce, she has all the cards in her hand. She has all the evidence out of his mouth and of his pen against him. Because remember, Meghan is very canny and clever.
Yeah, I did say that if they didn't go to the coronation, the only reason I could think of is that a separation or divorce is imminent. That's the only reason I could think of why they would not go to the coronation. So Harry's going. Meghan does seem to be separating her brand from Harry's, unless it suits her. I'm sure with Invictus, and things such as that, she'll make an appearance. But as of late, it does seem that Harry is kind of separate now with his brand, with the whole book. Meghan didn't have any part in that with the promotion. I didn't see her doing the rounds with Harry. So it does appear there's some sort of separation now when it comes to the brands. And apparently she's working on the second season of her podcast. So again, the podcast that they were supposed to do together initially, remember? So yeah, there does seem to be more and more Meghan over here and Harry over here. And now with the coronation, he's going by himself. He's left to face the music by himself.
Wily and manipulative, but she's not stupid. And she has understood that if she unleashes him, she gives no information about herself and never ever admits to having done anything wrong. Ultimately she can claim to be squeaky clean. And even though people can see through her, her supporters don't see through her. And it's really difficult to actually pin anything on her. She's a very wily operator, and she's thrown him to the wolves.
And another thing, it's actually Harry who backtracked on the claims of racism, because we haven't heard Meghan backtrack explicitly. It's Harry who has said that, basically speaking for her. Did Meghan ever say that the royal family were racist, or whatever he said in that interview? He's the one who said that. So it wouldn't surprise me. She could turn around and say that she was a victim of racism. She can still make that claim, especially if they separate. She could say that it's Harry who didn't help her get help when she was, thinking of unaliving herself and her unborn child. She could say that it's Harry who didn't support her during the whole racism, enduring all that racism from his family. And she can turn around and say that it's Harry who backtracked on those claims, not her. It wouldn't surprise me if that happened to be the case.
And the idiot has gone with his tail wagging, sucking up to the wolves.
Yeah, Phil, I think that's a really interesting point, isn't it? Because Meghan didn't stop Harry making any of these catastrophic decisions to sell out his own family, to reveal all of the stupid things he revealed in the book, like the kill count in Afghanistan that's put his security at threat. And actually, now, when he's facing this huge backlash, she says, bye-bye, honey, I'm going to stay here with the kids. You go and get booed.
Yeah, I suppose if you wanted to be charitable, you could say she's been at home, she's been a good mother, she's looking after the kids. But what's she up to? What's she plotting away? I suspect it might be she's spending time getting her social media up and running again. I think she wants to start the TIG again. I think she wants to get out there with Facebook and Twitter and all sorts of other things. And I think she's probably working away to relaunch herself.
I remember when it came to the funeral, they were away from those children for at least 2 weeks. And, Lily was only about 1 at the time. So very young children who they were perfectly happy being away from for such a long time. So for her to say that it's now because of her 4-year-old son's birthday party or whatever, and, to stay at home with the kids, it just doesn't ring true to me. And the biggest, people are asking, is this a snub to King Charles? But in my opinion, the biggest snub is keeping those children away from him once again, is to miss the opportunity for him to see those kids and for them to build a relationship with those children. You want them to be prince and princess while they live in America, but you don't want there to be any relationship between the children and Harry's side of the family, or either side of the family, just Doria, So to me, that is the biggest snub. They all could have gone to the UK together, even if the kids weren't going to go to the actual coronation, even if Meghan wasn't going to go. They still could have all gone to the UK and been together as a family for Archie's birthday and used that opportunity for him to meet his cousins, for the kids to meet their grandfather, the king. But they're further isolated. So for me, it's the children are just being used as an excuse for Meghan not to go. The children once again being used as pawns, once again being used as an excuse.
Yeah, well, it's going to have to be one heck of a relaunch, isn't it, Lady C?
It certainly is. The thing is, can the wolf market herself as a sheep? Let's put it that way. And can the idiot
She'll
market
try.
himself as Einstein?
Yeah.
When has she been known to listen to advice, though? But there is speculation that she hopes to get into politics. So going to an historical event and getting booed probably won't help her in that regard. She has her own projects, like they were saying, the TIG, her Spotify. So yeah, it will hurt her brand if she gets booed. She's leaving Harry to face the music, isolating those children once again, preventing them from building relationships with their cousins, with their grandfather, all the while wanting them to have titles that link them to the royal family. So again, who's she really looking out for? So we shall see on the day of the coronation itself. Now that she's not going and there isn't going to be that circus surrounding them as a couple, I'm more inclined to want to watch it now. So it'll be interesting to see if she does anything to steal the spotlight from the event. Is she going to try and do anything? Is there going to be a photo released? Is there going to be a launch of something? Maybe the TIG is going to be relaunched on that day. Is there going to be an announcement? Maybe she's going to announce that she's running as a Democratic candidate. Who knows? So we shall see if she's going to do anything to steal the spotlight away from the occasion. We shall see whether Harry is going to get booed, or maybe, you know, people are just going to be not pay that much attention to him. Hopefully, I'm hoping the press just focus on the event. I don't want to hear about them on that day. But of course, due to their track record, there's always something that comes out when the royal family have a big event from Harry and Meghan's side. So time will tell. So let me know what you guys think. Why do you think she's not going? Do you think it's because of the 4-year-old's birthday? Okay. Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.